Hello everyone. Today we discuss about the concept of customer focus in QMS quality management system. The customer focus means meeting the needs and expectations of current and potential customers by developing a comprehensive understanding of customer needs and then delivering perceived value to customers. The expected outcomes of a customer focus strategy are creating value for customers, which leads to loyal customers, which in turn leads to business profitability. This focus on the customer has slowly been incorporated into manufacturing in TQM, total quality management, but not the same extent as in service. In service or services, because of the inseparability between production and consumption of the service, quality consists of not only the result but the process as well, even if the result is favorable. If the process is flawed, the quality is considered low, since quality means meeting customers' expectations in service characteristics. If, for example, a Walter is slow or rude, then even if the food is good, the overall quality is lacking in services. The focus is on external customers and their satisfactions with both the result and the processes. In addition to these, customers' expectations towards particular services or products are constantly changing with respect in to factors like time, increase the number of encounters with a particular service, competitive environment, etc. And in the current environment, both small and large businesses are required to become more efficient and cope in a competitive global market. Whether customer expectations continually increase. In view of the above, only those institutions focusing mainly on the needs and expectations of their uh, customers will survive these competitions, and complementing the principles of customer uh, centrality and focusing on organizational aspects which contribute to improving services may enhance organizations' compatibility in this new reality. Accordingly, there is a continuing need to define the quality dimension in every industry and to measure customers' satisfactions based on the relevant quality dimensions in order to improve the organization processes. Moreover, the voice of the customer, his or her suggestion, criticism, complaints, ideas, etc., have to be key elements in a customer focused strategy. Now, customer focus in details I will discuss. The concept of customer focus means meeting the needs and expectation of current and potential customers by developing a comprehensive understanding of customer needs and then delivering perceived value to customer. The expected outcomes of a customer focused strategy are creating value for customers, which leads to loyal customers, which in turn lead to business profitability also. This focus on the customers has slowly been incorporated into manufacturing, but not the same extent in services. Now, understanding the customer expectations and needs. Today, customer focus is a core element of a design, manufacturing, marketing, and service processes, and it begins with discovering the voice of the customer. Service quality from the customer focus point of view is expectations based. The customer compares the perceived result to the expected service and determines his or her satisfactions with the service quality. If the perceived service is equal to or higher than expected, then the customer is satisfied and can say that there was quality service. If the perceived result is less than expected, there is no service quality and the customer is dissatisfied. So there are several gap problems that can occur between customer expectations and needs and the quality of the services or products that the organization delivers. The gap between what customer expect and what managers think they expect, this is a result of a lack of information flowing from the customers through the service providers up to management. Managers must locate where the problem is and work to fix it in order to stay up to date with current customer expectations. And the gap between a company's understanding of customer expectations and the development of customer driven services standard. This may lead to incorporate service design, a belief that customer expectations are exgathered or a lack of appropriate process management. Managers managers must learn to make the appropriate commitment to design services that match customer expectations or risk losing that customer segment to a company that does. The gap between the service standards and the service actually provided. This may be due to a temporary shortage of resources, a failure to match supply and demand, lack of training, or poor employee motivation. Management needs to make every effort to hire and train appropriate employee, make sure the appropriate resources are available, and to ensure that customers know what their role in the service is. And the gap between external promises made to the customer and what is actually delivered, this is usually caused by over promising or by a lack of communications also. Management needs to integrate their marketing communications and to avoid over promising by eliminating or reducing the gap between consumers' needs and expectations and the quality of service delivered. Organizations can improve their service quality, reputations, and profits. The cost of recruiting a new customer is estimated at 5 times that of preserving an existing customer, and such as a cost can easily topple organizations that do not understand the customer basic needs. This is a major cost of poor quality replacing those customers who left because the product or service did not answer their needs. Amazingly enough, most organizations do not track lost customer revenue the financial system looks at expenses and revenue within the organizations but does not usually focus on what happens outside of the organization. This is a major part of the invisible cost associated with service quality. We can track incoming revenue from sales and we can track outgoing cash, that is expenses, but financial systems today are mostly incapable of tracking a probable income that was lost due to customers watching or switching to a different service providers. We have the technology and utilizing CRM, customer relationship management system, to determine the lifetime value of a customer. We are lacking an interface which should allow us to qualify or quantify the lost value of a customer who defeats before his cycle is finished. Customer focused strategy and customers compliance. An organization success depends upon the level of customer participation in the process of providing services. The customer are who those who experience the various aspects of the service and products, and therefore ignoring customers' remarks and complaints will ultimately harm the organization's success. Customer complaints should be viewed as a mean of improving services, close contact with customers, attention and response to their complaints, criticism, and suggestion will help the organization implement improvements in its system. And studies report that only about 5% of all dissatisfied clients complain, and this percent has not really changed in the past 30 years, despite the investment of billions of dollars in service recovery system. The majority of those who do not complain change services provider or remain temporarily for reasons of convenience while looking for other alternatives, while manager think that no news is good news. There is a ground whale of negative publicity building that threatens to cause serious damage to the company. Moreover, while a satisfied client shares his feelings with a one or two people, and a dissatisfied client shares his negative feelings with 9 to 10 people. Therefore, even if only 1 in 10 clients is dissatisfied, their negative influence overshadows the positive influence of the other 9 clients. And the fundamental reason for attending to customer complaints instead of trying to block them is rather simple. It is more cost effective to maintain existing customers than to invest extra marketing budget in finding new ones. Thus, service providers should not only monitor customer issues but also encourage dissatisfied customers to help remedy service problems. And responsive handling of complaints not only facilitate effective resolutions of consumer problems but also provides opportunities to improve long-term relationship with customer. Specifically, customers who are satisfied with the complaint handling process are found to be more loyal than if they had no problem at all. It is also not surprising that sometimes dissatisfied customers are actually more beneficial to a company than satisfied ones, since unhappy customers provide insight into service failure. Listening to customers' complaints allows us to direct ourselves to their expectations and needs and anticipate their future requirements. Organization need to turn customers' complaints into strategic tools. Every organization should have a tool, free company number, and a website with a selection section to log customer complaints. In addition, now, measuring and answering customer needs. The main active tools to understand customer satisfactions and needs is implementations of customer satisfaction survey, focus groups, or more sophisticated tools and techniques of customers value analysis. On the basis of quantitative and qualitative indicators, while the quality dimensions from the customer points of view are varied and have to fix the service or the product. The five main quality dimensions are reliability, assurance, tangibles, empathy, and responsiveness. There are the basis for most of the service quality measures today. We need to communicate with the customer and determine what the main quality drivers are for each service process. What are the most important factors driving satisfactions for each service process? Having determined the main drivers, we then need to determine the relative weight for each factor and for each driver, since not every factor is equally as important to the customer. We then need a calculate an organization's satisfaction score and the competition satisfaction score for each driver. We can then calculate the relative satisfaction score and weight it by the relative weight of a driver. This is the optimal way to quantify subjective customer and perceptions regarding service quality. This will give a much clearer picture of where we stand relative to the customer's needs and relative to competitors also. So that's the end of the video, my friends. If you like my video, please subscribe, like, share, comment on my blogs. Thanks for watching.